What's up, Wolf Egg fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. Gonna continue this journey. We've watched the first episode, so if you happen to be new to the channel, maybe I'll link the first video up there, or I'll link the playlist just in case for the first episode. So you can watch That'll Teach them. So we watched the first episode last week. Very much enjoyed it. You know, coming off of watching a lot of Lads Army, Bad Lads Army, you know, Ladette to Lady, we watch it. You know, we got something kind of within the same realm here, and we really, really enjoyed it. So we're going to go watch another episode. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, go grab your snacks, because snacks is not included, damn it. You got to bring your own fancy cup and go make a sandwich, whatever you need to come kick it with me. Hopefully I'll have a laugh, kick back, relax, and, you know, let's go check it out. Let's get it. Snacks not included, let's freaking go.
These 30 teenagers have just sat their GCSE exams, but instead of a summer holiday, they've chosen to go back in time to live life in a 1950s-style boarding grammar school.
We shall see what you are really made of.
The first few days were a culture shock as the children grappled with itchy outfits, draconian discipline,
tuck your shirt in,
and foul food. But now they must knuckle down to a full timetable of lessons and start swatting for the English, history, and maths O-level papers they will sit in a month's time.
Stand for the headmaster.
Every day at King's School begins with a traditional morning assembly.
Hymn number 16.
It's supposed to be a stirring start to the day. In the 1950s, pupils took turns at reading at assembly.
Genesis chapter 8, to verses 6 to 22. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro.
Colm Hughes has never read the Bible before, let alone in public.
He also sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. And the dove came into him in the evening.
Today, at most state schools, Christian assemblies are a thing of the past.
The notices: we will be appointing a head boy and a head girl at the end of this week. I bring this to your notice.
In the 1950s, order was enforced not only by staff, but by prefects appointed by the headmaster.
There will be privileges, obviously, commensurate with those responsibilities. These will involve matters...
Richard Miles is a straight-A student who goes to a private school. He's top contender for head boy.
This is my mother and sister behind me, and this is where I live.
Intelligent, opinionated, and arrogant.
If you're being perfectly honest.
Richard may find romance at the school.
I haven't been in a mixed school for like the last sort of 10 years or something. So I don't know. It'll be different.
I think he will thrive on the opportunity to experience something that he would never have got the opportunity to do had he not done this. And it gets him out of working at Sainsbury's during his summer holiday.
After assembly, Deputy Headmaster Mr. Perry summons Richard Miles to the dorms.
Is this your bed?
Yes, sir.
Are these your possessions?
Yes, sir.
Would you please explain that to me?
So I brought these on the first day because I thought we were going to be allowed them, and it turned out that we weren't allowed them. I put them in my drawer before we were told we weren't allowed them, and I forgot they were there. And I knew they were there for the last day, but...
You cannot have been oblivious to the fact that they were there. You have been eating them. Not just forgot they were there, you've been eating them.
So I did know they were...
You listen. I have spoken every day about trust. I have spoken every day about what you should have and what you shouldn't have. Go to the gymnasium and look through the Bible and see if you can find anything about forgiveness. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Go there now. Speak to nobody else. He's a very good boy in many ways. And I suppose he's really shot himself in the foot.
At the moment, I'm trying to find stuff in the Bible, my best friend here, on forgiveness. And hopefully, if I can find some decent stuff, I can bash him over the head with it and he'll let me off somewhat.
Up in the dorms, the discovery of Richard Miles's chocolate has got Nick Hall worried.
I think if they're going to find that, they might find the stash up the chimney.
He's got a tin of biscuits up the fireplace and sweets on the windowsill. He settles on a new hiding place.
Right.
It's all done.
Good morning, Upperfist. Good morning, Mum. I'll take the register. Claire, stand still.
Dr. Liz Perdue has been teaching English in private schools for 20 years.
Serafina.
She's got just 4 weeks to give this class a crash course in O-level English language.
Henrietta.
It's goodbye smartboard, hello
Victoria.
blackboard.
Hina.
Teaching in the 1950s was characterized by the method called chalk and talk. An English language pupil was drilled in spelling, punctuation, clause analysis, précis, and the parsing of nouns.
Well aware
Today,
of what it is
English
that you have
grammar
to offer.
barely features
Others
on the
may
GCSE
find some of
syllabus.
this an unknown quantity, but it is the requirements of the English language O-level that you know the following. You need a comprehensive knowledge of the major parts of speech. Sit still. Did I ask you to turn a page? You need to know about nouns, that is to say concrete, abstract, proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns. You need to know about adjectives. You need to know the difference between qualitative adjectives, quantitative adjectives, verbs, transitive and intransitive. You must be able to identify the various tenses which comprise the 3 main divisions of time, obviously past, present and future. Now then, let's start with some basics and let's find out what you know. If I ask you to come up here, you will take a piece of chalk and write something on the blackboard. Taro, please. Do come up. Taro, try not to look like you're travelling in a tumbril towards the scaffold. I would like you to write down the phrase, with no initial capitals, 5 children's games bags, with the appropriate possessive apostrophe. 5 children's games bags.
Taro Wells is predicted an A at GCSE.
Put your hands up if you're happy with that. Right, that means that most of you are not. I wish somebody to put a hand up and tell me why you're not happy with it. Pike.
I don't know, I always wonder actually whether you put the apostrophe before the S or after, children being plural.
Well,
so.
Exactly. Well done. Children being plural, put it in the right place now, Taro. I'm now going to investigate your basic knowledge of parts of speech. This is very basic work. I would expect you to do it without fuss and without much deliberation. You should have been taught all these things before you arrived in this class. A black panther and 5 green parrots lurked moodily in the undergrowth. Nicola, please come and underline with a squiggly line the qualitative adjective. The qualitative adjective.
Nicola Greenhalgh goes to a private school.
The qualitative adjective.
That's an adverb, not an adjective.
Let's have, who have we? Pike. Come out, sir, please.
I'll tell him, Pike.
I would like you to spell possession. Possession.
Blaine Pike is predicted an A star in his GCSE English language.
Could you rewrite the other version, please, beneath that one? This is one of the most commonly misspelt words. And this second version is the correct one. You must know this kind of thing. The examiner will think, ha, you don't know any better, mark you down. There is a no-tolerance zone with regard to spelling in this exam. Be very clear about that. Let's just try one more spelling. Benign.
Let's have a look.
As in champagne.
Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yes, well done. Well, I wish to talk to you about this paper. I will give it out face down. You do not touch it.
The lesson finishes with an English grammar test. The students must punctuate a paragraph, conjugate verbs, and complete a comprehension exercise.
I haven't done anything like that ever before, so I didn't have a clue.
It's not rocket science, it's not impossible to understand, it's just difficult to implement.
In our old school, there wasn't as much grammar because in your GCSEs you don't have to do stuff like that.
When it was on about like improper nouns and all different kinds of nouns, I thought, what's this going on about?
Every day at King's School, the pupils have 8 40-minute lessons, including Latin,
and ego means?
French, English literature,
Are you making a noise at me again?
history, science,
The main organs of the abdominal cavity.
and maths.
What I've just seen in your homework is an astonishing inability to take care.
No smile! Get the arm up! Right.
This morning, the kids are getting a taste of PE, 1950s style. Grammar schools in the 50s prided themselves on the fitness of their pupils. The physical training was administered in a military fashion. Children of today spend an average of 17 hours a week watching television, whereas a 50s teenager spent the same amount of time working off those spam fritters. Flabby kids were largely unknown in the 50s. Now 1 in 5 kids is overweight.
Come on, everybody!
Come on, Harry!
This is just a warm-up for the dreaded cross-country the children face in 2 weeks' time.
Hi, I'm Harry Elgood, not Harry Potter, and this is my dorm at boarding school. I'm dreading having to eat all the food, which obviously won't be Ritz quality and not very nice.
I think he'll do him a power of good, actually. I think he's probably had life a little easy.
I'm also not looking forward to the cross-country runs.
I think that he will probably come last in the cross-country. I don't think that matters very much. He's resilient, he'll manage.
I suppose my fitness is a bit low at the moment. But I'm sure after my time here it'll improve. But we'll have to see.
The discipline and the rigour of the 1950s child is not within these children, and we'll have to impose that. It's going to be tough, so I'm afraid they're going to have to put up and shut up.
Take your blazers off.
The kids have 1 opportunity a week to write home, supervised by Mr. Vince.
Hang on. If you feel that this letter writing is the chance for you to settle scores and to make your displeasure felt about the regime and the routine here at King's, then you can do that, but your complaint, your grievance will go straight to the top, and it may prejudice your relationship with the staff at this school.
Warning.
In the 50s, letters were read by the headmaster or housemaster, and any criticisms of the school were censored. The pupils have been out of contact with the outside world for 5 days, an eternity for kids who are used to being in constant communication. Nowadays, most teenagers use email and text messaging, and some of these kids have never handwritten a letter before.
Love you loads, miss you loads, wait to see you, cake. Cake. P.S. They don't let us wash. It means we wear dirty clothes, the uniform is conical. PPPS haven't resorted to violence yet.
Yeah.
Today, school mealtimes are relaxed, but in the 50s, self-control was always on the menu. Something Andy Waln finds particularly difficult.
We will have a silent meal. Warn, if you don't want to be silent, you will go in detention this evening. Don't be stupid.
Wall, get out.
Contagious.
Bango's an hour of your free time. I said Bango's an hour of your free time. And if I have to sit an hour with Wall, it doesn't make any difference to me whether it's one person or it's 5 people.
Tonics, tea cakes.
Hughes, you can't cope with it either. Stand outside. If we have to weed out every idiot and blockhead from this room, we will do just that. McCready, Jewel, come and face the wall over here. And it was because you were talking, in case you hadn't noticed when we're having a silent meal. Doesn't seem to mean anything to you.
Get to the classroom now, and if you think I'm joking, let's try. Come on, you.
Mr. Waugh was supervising detention and missed lunch. He's not a happy man.
I'm not an infant school. This is a secondary school. If you can't control yourselves, something may have been funny to begin with, then, of course, once you've been sent out, that is the red light. That has finished.
There's an hour before lights out, and the appointment of head boy is the hot topic. No one wants the job.
It's pretty rubbish here anyway, so being head boy might be worse, might be better.
I reckon it might be better. But I mean, quite frankly, at the end of the day, whoever is made head boy will have a lot sort of on their hands.
Mr. Waugh's on duty in the boys' dorm.
It's now 4 minutes to 10. I can guarantee if anyone is not in their dormitory by 1 minute to 10, they'll be going to bed early tomorrow. Let thy holy angels dwell here to preserve us in peace, and may thy blessing rest upon us evermore, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Good night, God bless.
The discovery of forbidden chocolate has prompted a night raid to search for contraband.
Right up! 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 Right up! Out! Outside! Quickly!
Right, gentlemen, stay where you are. Don't move. Have you got anything else in there?
Miles?
I don't talk, come here!
Richard Miles is in trouble again. This time it's hair gel, deodorant, and an illegal extra toothbrush.
Do not mess up your school career by lying.
Why didn't you hand these over, Mr.
The search widens to the laundry cupboard.
They could possibly hide something in the diary.
It's an anxious moment for King of Contraband, Nick Hall.
Highly unlikely, isn't it?
We went through everything. We went under mattresses, under drawers, we went into shoes, into
Windows.
bags, windows, we went everywhere. So there's nothing else. We've not missed anything.
Holy moly.
Next morning, Richard Miles is summoned to Mr. War's study.
Right, Miles. Gel.
To flatten my hair.
Yes, I know what gel is for. I know what it's for. What were you doing with it?
I was keeping it to make sure my hair went...
Knowing full well it was in contravention of the rules of the school.
I knew that. So I did not know that it was in contravention of the rules of the school, because it was just the fact that we were allowed Brill cream, which is also a modern...
Don't tell me what Brill cream is. You've got your facts wrong. You seem to think you know a lot about everything. I think what you ought to do occasionally is just step down from your high horse. You don't know the answers to it all. There are people around who've been on the earth a little bit longer than you that know a smidgen, a tad, a kernel more than you do. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, sir. Perfectly so.
Good. You have 1.5 hours detention. There you go.
In the 1950s, rules, however petty, were rules.
It was too rigid, perhaps. I think when you impart punishments, you have to use common sense. But it's much, much harder for today's youngsters because they don't have boundaries set for them. And consequently, I think as a result, they're unhappier.
I do think that the whole Chucky incident might have scuppered any chances I had of being head boy. I'm not particularly bothered about that, but I don't know. I do feel this strange sense of like I've let myself down. Don't know how that feels, but anyway, I think that's what I should feel.
The mighty fine biscuit, made better, by the way, Tim.
Wow. He's lucky.
Bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those that trespass against us.
This morning, the headmaster's mind is on leadership and moral fibre.
If you look at the history of this country and you look at the records, you will see that the greatest things have occurred through self-discipline and self-control. Shackleton, for example, trapped at the South Pole with no boat, no radio, managed to get 28 men back from the South Polar wastes by his own unaided effort through common sense, leadership and intelligence.
These are exactly the qualities Headmaster McTavish requires of his head boy and head girl.
Right, finally, we come to the matter of head boy and head girl. And I have had many discussions with staff, and I myself have been watching you very closely, and I have come to the following conclusion. I would like the two to come out, please. Head girl, Catherine McGeoch.
It's the fulfilment of a lifetime's ambition for private schoolgirl Catherine McGeoch.
I live in this house in Torquay in Devon, and I'm good at just about everything.
She always wants to do everything and she always wants to succeed.
A few things I like doing are skiing and snowboarding, swimming and sailing and singing, karate, clarinet and kayaking, archery and off-roading, 10 tours, Duke of Edinburgh and lifesaving. I'd be privileged to be head girl in the boarding school because it's something people work for, and although responsibilities come with it, if you're willing to take on the responsibilities, it shouldn't be a problem.
The head boy will be Stratton. Would you come here, Stratton, please?
Goody Two-Shoes Andrew Stratton goes to a state school. He has accumulated more merits than anyone else in the class.
Congratulations. Leadership is difficult, and you soon find that you deal with different people in different ways. You are going to be the smartest two people in the school. Your hands are not going to be inspected from now on. They are going to be the cleanest in the school. All right?
Yes, sir.
You will ensure that the dormitories in your respective halves of the houses are fit and ready for inspection at the appointed time, so your bed and your shoes will be prepared by somebody else. You will each draw up a list of the other members of the house by alphabetical surname, and these will take turns day by day to carry out the tasks for you. Well, my congratulations to you both.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Okay, would you go back to your class, please?
Bang!
Another way of instilling leadership was the combined cadet force, a key part of many grammar school boys' education.
Together. Cut! Left.
Right on.
Listen to the beat. Left.
Maths teacher Mr. Vince has to whip his new recruits into shape for a big parade in 2 weeks.
We have got some big VIPs coming down here to see you gentlemen do a flashy drill display towards the tail end of the term. If you are useless, they will know it. And yet I am confident that you will pull off a superb display of drill because you have the potential to be a great team. Well done, gentlemen. You guys do
While the
that.
boys are being drilled, the girls are learning different skills.
Punch!
In the 1950s, girls were expected to be young ladies. Deportment was taught in many grammar schools, giving girls the social skills to snare a husband.
And after 3, we dip and we pick up. 1, 2, 3, dip.
When you dip to get a book down the bottom, can you look at it?
It's always better to pick up something from the side. And in the mornings, for instance, when I'm putting the little hymn booklet back on the chair, I tend to do it from the side. You don't want me turning round and sort of bending over like this. It's just not going to look good, is it? Francis. Claire, can you gather yourself together? I never thought there was so much fun in deportment. And walking away. The full width of the gym.
Punch!
When you take each other's hands, palm to palm.
Hey, how are you? Very well. Can you stop us now? Put your hands straight. That's sorted out. It's sorted. It's sorted.
If you hadn't met me before and I came in and stood like this, that's just not right. It doesn't give off elegance, it doesn't give off presence or charisma or dignity.
The whole idea is to act as a machine and to be totally one unit and to scream words and vent aggression and this sort of thing. And that's just not my bag, baby, really.
It makes me glad that I can happily slob around in my jeans and tracky pants and not have to worry about how straight my back is.
I want to be a barrister. And, no, I don't think I'll be a housewife. I hope not, anyway.
"40 cats."
Do sit down, Clive Upgrade. I did not invite you to talk, merely to sit down.
The class are getting the results of their English grammar test.
This will be a shock.
It's the first real indication Dr. Perdue has of how well their GCSE skills will transfer to the O-level English syllabus.
I would like to warn you that the marks vary enormously and that there are a considerable number of pupils who have not done very well. This will be a shock to you because you are used to answering English papers of an altogether different kind. These English papers required precision. This is not a paper inviting you to use your imagination, your humour, or any other of those creative parts of your brain. The paper is marked out of 70, and if you would just put your hand up when I say your name, I will give your paper back to you. Now then, Catherine.
Head girl Catherine McGeoch
Alistair.
is top of the class with 67%.
Richard.
Richard Miles predicted an A at GCSE, passes English language with 64%. But for the rest, it's a different story. At the bottom end, private schoolgirl Harriet Rykens gets just 26%. Harry Elgood predicted an A star at GCSE, gets 34%.
Ouch.
Head boy Andrew Stratton, 43%. State schoolboy Joe McCready, 31%. A-star GCSE candidate Rajay Naik comes bottom of the class with just 16%.
Damn!
Sweeney.
23 out of the 30 pupils failed the English grammar test.
In this kind of examination, once you have the skills and the wherewithal, it is relatively easy to do well. But if you don't have the skills and the background, you won't do well. It's as simple as that. And I want you now not to feel downhearted about this, to say to yourself, right, I don't have these skills, I will acquire them.
I didn't do too well on the test. I didn't understand what any of the big words were.
The problem, in my view, began in the 70s when grammar and all forms of technique fell out of favour. And we were supposed to emphasise, and this was also so in music and the arts, we were supposed to emphasise expression and not the techniques that underpinned them. So the rot, if you like, started then.
I got 18 out of 70. But I think that's because I'm not very good at punctuation, so I got all the punctuation wrong.
We can do better by our children than this. It's not the fault of the teachers. They have to deliver what they are given. We need to look again at educational policy, and we need to look at it hard.
The appointment of head boy and head girl raises questions about whose side they're on, especially when it comes to hidden contraband.
You're not going to go and tell everyone, are you? Anything. You're not going to go and blurt out everything. If we sit there chatting, talking about time.
All the stuff I've been told before I got my responsibility I don't want to say about. But if anything new happens and it's like bullying or whatever, then I'll have to say something. But anything old, I'm going to ask specifically. I don't feel I should tell people what they've told me in confidence.
How do we know what we're allowed saying to you and discussing with you? How do you know where you're going to draw the line and say, well, I'm sorry, but...
I'll tell you that if you want to say I'm not allowed to tell you about hiding sweets, I'll say if you want to hide sweets, don't tell me. But other than that, some things I don't feel need to be said.
Andrew Stratton is less comfortable with his new privileges.
You have to make my bed and polish my shoes, but it's on a rota. Well, if they find out that you're not doing it, then we'll all get in trouble. But there's a way I found a way that I can do it, but I can do my own stuff. But just...
What, making us all because if we're doing it?
Yeah.
That's good, I know.
But if it doesn't work, you might have to do it maybe once. My dad was at boarding school during the 50s.
One thing I haven't told him is he has to make his bed every morning.
I'd pay money to see that, yes. Good luck, because he sure doesn't do it at home.
I need to be told when to do things I don't remember myself.
He loves sports.
Football, tennis. I've been skiing since I was really young. Swimming I like. I used to do it quite often. I'm sure it's going to be really tough sometimes, but I hope it's going to be fun at the same time. Otherwise, I really don't know why I'm going in there.
Real thing,
The new head boy fails to stop Joe McCready playing with his food.
Your whole manners when spoken to has something to be desired. Headmaster, may I put him out of the room?
Yes, we'll give him his rice pudding outside the door.
Out. Change your manners, sir. I don't like it. Did you have something to say? Come back here. Come back here.
Attitude.
What did you just say on the way past?
I didn't say anything.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Yes, exactly, you are. Out. Go and stand on it. Stay.
Should have said something because I walked out, but I didn't.
You sure?
Why did you say me? I did, but I'm going to say I didn't.
After a week at King's, Joe McCready has already been punished with a freezing cold shower and 2 detentions. Once again, he must report to Headmaster McTavish.
Now, it would be very easy for me to shove you back under the showers again. And it will be easy for me to shove you back and back and back and back under those showers. You do realise, don't you, you are in a boarding school, you are here 24 hours a day, and if I wish to break you, I can break you. I can render your life a total misery from the time you wake up, which might be 5 o'clock in the morning, to the time you go to bed. I can do that. I want you to think very hard about that.
Joe Macready gets off with extra prep, but in the 50s, when the cane was regarded as an educational aid, he would by now have earned 6 of the best.
I think one of the problems of teaching in today's schools is that one has not got clean lines of discipline, clean, simple discipline. Here we have got clean, simple discipline. Somebody misbehaves, they're out of the class and they're punished.
It's bedtime, and reluctant head boy Andrew Stratton tries to exercise his power diplomatically.
I have to make someone make my bed tomorrow morning, in here.
You don't just do it and...
Exactly, no, he said I have to. I said, if I have time, can I just... He said no, just so you get...
Who's annoyed you today?
Huh?
Who's annoyed you today?
No, I don't want to make anyone. I would rather ask you first, so you know who...
Well, I'm not going to say I want to do your bed, because I don't want to do your bed.
Do you mind doing my bed tomorrow morning? You won't have to do it for a long time then. For 2 weeks at the most.
As long as it's not like a disgrace.
No, it won't, I won't. I don't leave... You know, I don't make my bed for 4 days.
Right, okay. And as long as you watch over me doing it as well, just a little bit.
It doesn't, no, he's not going to check the bed though. It doesn't have to be perfect. It
all
just
right,
has to be made.
It's a deal. I'll do it then.
Thank you very much.
It's all right.
I don't want to feel like I'm above everyone else and make everyone else do my stuff, because I'd rather stay part of the group and have the privileges of not making my bed or not polishing my shoes.
Being head girl is quite nice, but it just makes the experience a bit different because I've got more responsibility than other people.
I can't see any benefit to being head boy. No, it's just like, yeah, it's all negatives, like having to do readings all the time. And the one supposed benefit is like the biggest minus point to it, I mean, having to make someone do your bed.
It's Sunday morning, but if the kids think they'll get an easy ride, they're mistaken.
Come on, move yourselves. I can hardly hear any movement. You should be going down to wash now. Hurry up, please.
Before matron's inspection, the girls stash their forbidden goodies.
You smuggled so many things in. There's like razors, like as matron like walks out the shower room, it's like, who's got the razor? Who's got the razor? Pass me the razor. Where's the conditioner? What are we gonna do? Ah.
Why have you been eating sweets before breakfast?
I was hungry, matron.
It is 10 minutes to breakfast and you are eating sweets before breakfast. Not impressed. If I find sweets again, there'll be huge trouble. Huge.
I know. If she had searched our room, she would have found the razor, she would have found the perfume, she would have found...
I've got pictures. Not that she'd go through my music books.
She would have found loads of stuff and Vaseline and stuff.
Okay. Sorry guys, I didn't get a 5 because I was eating sweets.
In the 1950s, weekly chapel service was supposed to instill Christian values in the young.
Thou didst tread this earth before us, thou didst feel its keenest woe.
Children of other faiths were generally expected to sing along.
Through the desert thou didst go.
I was 6 when I first went to boarding school. I can remember what it was like that first night to be in a strange bed, and school beds are like no others. And you wake up in the morning and you're at school. Even worse is when you've had a dream that you're at home and you're all happy, and then when you do wake up, you're still at school. And I can still remember that feeling of strangeness and that feeling of oddness, that feeling of homesickness, all those feelings that all of you will have experienced and are experiencing.
The children's first contact with the outside world arrives with the weekly mail delivery.
Nice.
And Smith. You see for you there. Smith. Rykens.
She got a lot.
Hannah Smith. Don't open them now, please. Is that Unwin? Unwin. And Waller. And Sweeney. Stratton.
But not everybody gets a letter.
Would you please, girls, highlight?
That breaks.
The children go back to the dorms to read their mail.
Because if there's loads, then they won't give it you. Hey.
Some of the girls are in tears because they didn't get a letter. Others because they did. Tetty's got one from her boyfriend.
It's crazy, the really little things that upset me. It's really weird not being able to simply say hello when I want to. Not being able to say night-night is horrible.
You're upset, Joe, they didn't get that?
Not really.
Sure, you get one next week, definitely. Especially if you
I reckon everyone will get loads more next week. I should have left the address. I didn't leave the address.
I find that quite strange if I didn't get one single letter. But not as many as the King Freddy over there, with his 9.
Jeez.
A letter from my friend Sarah, thank you Sarah, and a letter from my friend Hayley, and my friend Hannah, and my friend Felicity, and my friend Jenny, and this is from my dad, a very in-keeping postcard there.
Maybe the postman, it was just stuck in the post, you know? Doesn't mean that no one cares about you.
It's not that. It's just the fact that I'm worried about my parents and my cats. Because they're ill. One of them's really young, the other one's really old. And my parents are disabled. And I'm just worried about them being able to get by on their own.
You're doing so well here, you know. I'm very proud of you. Just because a letter hasn't come, you know, it isn't the end of the world.
Every day, the pupils have 1.5 hours of supervised prep, and Sunday is no exception.
Right, pray be seated.
Beforehand, Mr. War distributes some mislaid letters.
Right, and the letters are for... This is Smithson, Serafina. But can we get some more letters? Hughes, Hutchins, Weaver, Tarot, Wells. Sorry, applause.
Because she didn't get any earlier.
Oh, yes, well, please blame the postman, not me. Don't blame the messenger.
A whole class studying in silence is virtually unheard of today. GCSE students are used to learning through discussion and collaboration in class, or working independently at home on coursework.
They're used to constant communication. They don't stop talking or communicating with each other, and therefore there's a total difference here.
I've seen a transformation in the last week, that now, when you're supervising, when one is supervising prep, one actually can get on with one's own work, and they don't need to be cajoled, to be quiet. They just do it naturally.
You've only got to give one of your withering looks, and immediately they think 50s and change their behaviour.
It's left, left, right, right, up, down, left, right, circle, circle, up, down, left, right.
In your pairs, yeah?
Deprived of DVDs, videos, computers, and Game Boys, the kids are making their own entertainment.
No.
To show how much time we have here.
You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Off we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm chubby, you're chubby, we're all chubby.
But the exams are looming.
I'm going to get A's and A stars back in Sunderland for my exam results. Here, it's hard to actually get a decent result for anything, and I've failed history, I've failed in maths, I'm failing English, and it is a shock. It is a blow to you.
People say spelling's going out the window because no one cares anymore, which I think is true. I just think with all the sort of text messaging and everything, you lose the ability to spell.
I don't like having my grammar, my syntax, all that, all that stuff. I don't like having it all nitpicked and combed over and stuff like that. I don't want to be told how to write and stuff, because to be honest, you don't need it. You don't need to know how to put a prefix onto a word. Who cares?
My only worry is also my greatest ally in all this, my hidden food.
Greatest ally.
Yeah, so it's like worst enemy and best friend at the same time. So I was thinking, if I'm going to get caught with that, that's going to be the final shot. It's the third time I've been in big trouble.
Up, down, left, right, circle, circle. Up, down, left, right.
Amazingly, our 21st century girls seem to be turning into 1950s stereotypes.
Look at that. I am converted. Matron has actually made me realise that I actually do like knitting, and I am actually committed to making my baby sister a scarf knitted by yours truly. I never thought I'd ever say that.
I miss my family and everything, and you don't know what you've got till it's gone, but everybody does, so we're all together. And I'm still disturbed about the sewing. The whole sewing thing is just really weird.
It's such a relief to get the letters that now I'm really happy, and it just feels so good now. I can get on with my knitting and finish my scarf that I'm making for Freddie.
Next week on That'll Teach 'Em, Joe McCready gets a dose of 1950s punishment. History proves too much for Andy Warren.
We have a problem with you even finding the examination hall.
Close the door.
And Nadia Freeman gets a dose of matron's tonic.
Mouth, please. Then you're on detention.
We got some troublemakers, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it to this point right now, use the code word tonics in the comments down below. Oh man, this was good. We're going to talk about it, but these troublemakers be cracking me up because it just reminds me of all the bad shit I used to do in school. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you all, but man, I had a blast watching this, man. One of them was about to choose violence today. She was like, yeah, I think it was a girl, but yeah, I haven't done violence yet. I'm like, what the hell? Was that Claire, man? Felt like that would have been Claire, man. But a couple of these guys had me dying, man. I don't know how. With this contraband shit, I thought that kid with the cookies was gonna get busted, man. This kid must got like 9 lives right now. At least the cameraman ain't snitching here. He's not grassing the boys or the girls up because, they're giving us all their, inner thoughts and shit. And easily the cameraman could be snitching and shit. So at least whoever is the cameraman, bravo for not snitching on these kids. But like all of us, we always we push the boundaries of what we can get away with. And, I don't know the gentleman's name. Like, yeah, we found everything. Yeah, right, bud. You're not as good as you think. So far, a couple of them have pulled one over their elders here. So it's exciting for that. I'd say I was way more sad on this episode than last episode. Because I was gutted. I was caught up in the fields. We saw it happen a lot in lads' army where, some of the lads weren't getting, but that young girl And she almost broke. She was breaking me down. I was getting really sad for her because I was like, damn, man, she's talking about her parents and shit. And we all, have things going on in life. So when she was going into a little bit of detail, damn, that shit nearly broke me. Anybody else, let me know unless I'm the only sap in the comments down below, man. If the waterworks, who the hell cut the onions here, man? Shit, man. Oh my God. But yeah, that's how I was feeling. So in that moment there, I was just torn, man. I was so sad. So to see her smile, to get her letter, and a few more others getting some letters, whew, it was like a big relief, but it still felt like some of them still didn't get no letters there. So I hope that, the following week, a couple of these homies get some letters because yeah, that shit's sad. You're writing your heart out and then no response. It's like crickets and shit, man. Whew. So I had to contain myself in that moments there. The man Miles, man, you're always gonna have kids that always think that they know everything. I am one that doesn't know anything, ladies and gentlemen. The world is mine to learn as much as I can. I strive to learn different things. This has kind of resulted in this journey, that we started with the UK stuff, the stuff that I'm enjoying, on this journey, learning new words. It's blows my mind sometimes because if I go back to all the stuff that I'm just hearing for the first time, it's like a new language, ladies and gentlemen. When you have your first language class, whether, whatever it may be, French or Spanish or, whatever it is. So, hearing stuff for the first time, never going to be an expert. I've said it countless times. I strive to learn and get more knowledge and just overall just enjoy new stuff. So, I applaud you all for suggesting a lot of things because you guys really have brought a lot of joy into my life. I hope you guys know that, you all sharing a piece of things that mean a lot to you and now has meant a lot to me, whether, it's characters from shows to now, when we've watched, Bad Lads, Lads Army first and Bad Lads. And, as we enjoy Ladette to Lady as well. And now we're enjoying this. You have a little bit of both in this episode, the drilling, the ladies putting the whatever the book there is over their head and walking and all that stuff, so we're getting a little bit of dose, maybe not as harsh, but I'm loving it, ladies and gentlemen. So it's really cool. So we're kind of getting the best of both worlds situation here. I will, pretend for a second that I'm their age in that moments there, man. I would be getting in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. I probably wouldn't last a couple seconds because I've been in moments like that where, one of the lads couldn't contain his laugh and then it's like a chain reaction. That shit just snowballs and everybody else starts laughing along. You're like, he's like, silence! And I'm like, you're just like that. And I'm getting in trouble. I'm getting yelled at. I'm going to detention. I've been there plenty of times, man. And MarkyB, definitely a guy getting in trouble. This is what, his third, fourth time, man. This kid's getting in trouble. I'm surprised on Miles, man. When he was walking, I don't know if you guys ever seen that meme. It's like a picture, a guy, he's holding his girlfriend, and then he's turning around to check out a girl's ass. Is like, damn, you know what I mean? The two girls that were walking did that shit. It was crazy, man. So I sometimes they'll put like, I don't know, they'll put a picture of like PlayStation and it is a game or some shit. It's a whole bunch of different memes that people come up with. So I don't know if you guys saw it or peeped that, but yeah, that's what I was thinking at in that moment. But we've all done stuff trying to hide shit, trying to pull one over our, parents, teachers and stuff. If you guys have gotten in trouble in class, let me know. I feel like a lot of the stuff here is very good. I mean, and needed. Even like you were seeing when a couple of the kids were writing on the chalkboard, some of their penmanship was shit. And when I was in Catholic school, this is why I'm really digging this and vibing with it, because some of the stuff is similar. They took us to mass. praying, we're, standing up, in those moments when the teacher would come in, I believe we would be doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I know we did some prayers. Have to go to mass. All these little different things here. So obviously, I was in uniform. And you're kind of drilled a little bit, like like a soldier, or in those moments, and you better be on the ball. You're getting in trouble again. I've gotten in trouble many times and shit. Takes me a while, but eventually, sometimes you have to fall in line. You gotta learn to listen sometimes, but it's enjoyable so far. This is a very, very enjoyable show. I did really, again, I'll go back real quick and say that when the guy was like, "Yeah, we found everything and shit," couple scenes, not even 5 minutes later, this guy's eating them cookies like, this shit's good, man. Oh man. So I think that to be like head boy, head girl, I don't think I would be rolling with that stuff. But the young lad that's got to do it, he's got to have to grow a couple pairs, man. He's got to be a little too passive with it. I know he wants to still be part of the boys and stuff, but if this is something that he was striving for, since it seemed like he wanted to, and the young lady as well, then you gotta kind of gonna have to put your foot down here, because or not, they're gonna walk all over you. We've seen that in Lad's Army, where they're like telling the guys to make the beds. One guy has to make sure everybody does it, and then everybody's fucking around. You know what I mean? So if that's the responsibility you wanted, you're gonna have to do it. Yeah, so another banger episode. Got hungry a little bit seeing them snacks up in there. The daddy of them all, the tonics, tea cakes, absolutely loved trying those out. Definitely easily one of my favorite snacks that I've tried on the channel. Hands down, it's my number one, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I look forward to seeing some more. I think we saw the caramel wafers up in here as well. Saw a good couple of snacks here. So it was getting me out. I need to go get me some snacks, ladies and gentlemen, because if you are new or recurrent, what is it that we all say? Well, if you're new, you're going to hear this. Snacks is not included. Damn it, you got to bring it home. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you soon for some more. Don't forget to, if you're subscribed to this channel, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. If you're new, you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe. It's free to do. Helps out the channel tremendously. As always, just thanks for kicking it. I'll see you soon. Peace.